Hey everyone, I hope and pray all is well with you. I'm going to be doing a monthly message, but I haven't shuffled through the oracle to see who I was going to do for the next February video. I hope and pray all is well with you. I sincerely apologize. Please forgive me. It is a little bit in the evening. It's not super duper late, by the way, but I was told to face you guys, tell you Happy New Year. I hope and pray all is well with you. Let's go ahead and see who the next sign is, but we'll start off with the oracle if that helps, okay? It's like I'm doing the pre-shuffle, if you will, for this month here. So for whoever you are, your first card that you received was a quantum code from Be the Best Version of You. I'm using the volume 2 this month. That's what the back looks like, just so that you know. It has like this title at the bottom. Well, it's more of a description of what that particular Be the Best Version of You oracle entails, okay, if that helps you. I got mine off of Etsy, just in case you were interested. And the YouTuber, they are Unapologetically Des. And they also have another YouTube channel. That's the one I was trying to communicate through. But if you go over there, if you check it out, maybe she'll tell you about the other one as well. But it says for harmony, forgiveness, and resolution after conflict with others. And this quantum code, it has these spaces in it, which is very important. It's 65, space 62, space 792, okay? And it looks just like that. And there's a multitude of ways that you can use it. For example, you can write it down on a piece of paper. You can charge it underwater too if you want to. Put your name on it, just so that it, specifies who it's going to. Be mindful if you want to specify, like if there's a specific, conflict that you would like to resolve. You can try to intend it to somebody. Make sure that it's not like you doing something disharmonious, because the code will call it out. Just be mindful of that. I was kidding it because you have supermoon next, okay? And it says you will emerge triumphant in the end with faith, victory, success, achievement. And this energy was alerting me here that try not to use any malice. That's what's going to get it there, okay? Like it was urging it out. Like try not to do anything from a darker vibration, because that's what would cause you trivial energy that you don't want, okay? It would cause you to miss the mark in what it is that you desire here. And I feel that what you don't recognize, for whoever I'm speaking to in this energy, there's something that connects you to this person, whether you want to believe it or not, okay? This person is not like how you may have perceived them to be. Like there's something that completely you were told that's not true. Like it's just never been true. It was never told. It's not that it was told, it wasn't told correctly. It wasn't true. Somebody just literally lied and made it up on purpose after hazing or like something like that. Like I'm getting it here, okay? Like majorly. Okay, so there may have been someone here who intentionally caused disharmony, as well as caused a lot of distraught. That's the word that just immediately came through from source. So thank you, I'm very grateful. It cost you some things, okay? And I'm feeling it really heavily, and I know that it's outside of myself in my home because of where they're having me look. If you ever have read with me or connected here, or if you're new here and you don't know, there's things that I may do where it seems like I have a little bit of an oddness with my eyes, but it's just that I'm a medium. I'm very intuitive. I'm psychic as well. Okay, I've always been this way, just so that you're aware. Certain things cause it to get like affected in a negative way, all right, on purpose. Like people were helping and inducing certain things, put voodoo and things on me. I've had to like cleanse it off, find like the exact dose of the things in which they've done completely, and found ways to reverse the irreversible, so just be very mindful, because I'm picking up people who kept wanting to try to pick up on, maybe you've went through similar things, or you maybe discovered in your journey certain things, or you broke chains, whether it was from your past life, this life, whatever it is, right? or future, right? I'm receiving here, like, be mindful of, like, don't go back or pick something up, or because it may relate to why something broke off of you when you thought that somebody was attacking you and they weren't. Okay, I'm getting that vibration here where somebody, and maybe somebody's in entertainment here, and they intentionally tried to do this knowing that they were trying to read into somebody's fate and oracle and just cause this harmony the whole time. Like, they had that intent since beforehand. Like, they've always just wanted another person, and so they tried to connect with everybody else and re-entangle them together to try to, like, separate themselves. They may even be in a different country or state. Like, it's rather odd, and I say it like this because I was instructed intuitively to show you guys something that I have been reading. It's super duper vintage. In fact, um, it's very sacred. I'm, like, trying to remember to, like, only touch it with certain things. All right, my hands are quite cleansed, to be honest with you. This is coming off, might I add. But this is a very vintage book, and it's very, very old. I believe there's, like, I think it's one of the only ones left, but it was made in, well, published in 1831. But it's Sex Life in Russia. And this book caused an emphasis of concern with why people weren't receiving updates in certain countries. And they later learned that there was somebody who wanted to lapse the government there in order to attract popularity to a bad plan. And it caused for people to try to send help to women and children who had been affected. Eventually, that's what this book led to, and why it's so, like, it's not made, okay? Like, it was burned. And in fact, it was quite longer. I've actually spoken with this person in spirit. They visited me before I received this book, and they explained so much to me. And I found a lot of compassion because he was showing me that some of these individuals, these victims, they may not have even known that they came together in disruption because of what was happening. And this book brought light to it, what remains, what they were able to, save. He says there's about a couple more pages left, and he actually read them to me. And I've been trying to, like, assist because, it's going to explain a lot. And he actually uncovered to me that these things, it's not me provoking this, these things are getting rectified and reorganized and resorted out because people had so much, distortion and confusion, and it affected their circulation. And when you think of health and when you think of, like, people that you care about and stuff like that, it's kind of strange how people have been coming up and people have been finding commonalities and concerns with maybe, like, lost loved ones, relatives, and things like that, or concerns with that, or relations. Okay, I feel here that whoever I'm picking up on, you've had a lot of circumstances with, like, who you engage with or how people got in connection with you. And I'm picking up a lot of it had to do with publicity stunts, adoptions. It had a lot to do with people who wanted to intentionally interject into somebody's dream, but with a certain vocalized plan or emphasis that caused, it was also a retaliation scheme too. Okay. So just be very mindful with whoever I'm reading with here. I feel like you've been going through a lot of circumstances that wanted to keep you down, and that's why you have these next two quantum codes here. The next one, it says to make steps forward when there is hesitance as a habitual response, which is ingrained, right, by society to release from the grip of self-doubt. All right. And this code is 23 space 65 space 189. All right. You can even, like, drink water with this. I wouldn't encourage you to, like, use any spirits, like, as far as alcohol right now to engage with this. Okay, because I saw somebody who just, like, got up and stepped away from some people who may have wanted to, like, put the quantum code on, like, oh my goodness, I'm glad you're here, but it may be a bottle with, like, some pills in it, or maybe maybe somebody was on something unfortunately, but you've been like on a journey separate from that. Like you've been growing, you've learned your lessons, or you said you're going to choose this new life, right? And I believe that is truly why this is here for whoever you are. All right. And you know, they may have even affected your health, especially if you have asthma, a lung concern, a liver concern, or if you know of somebody who's like on dialysis in some way, shape, or form. You may have noticed or had to notify somebody that someone intentionally tried to like miscalculate something, and like the importance of that, okay, just to rectify it. And it brings like a lot of memory back to a post that I made after I came back from vacation, where I remember like them having a panic attack and even correcting the error of their numerical values while they were experiencing the concern, right? And I was like, hey, she said something about like, just put it on YouTube, just put it there because they are there. It within her communication, and so I just made sure to do it, and it came to me when it needed to. So there could be something that comes through like that where you have that support, or if you're going through something and like somebody may like support you and notify or something like that, and then you have to widen the cracks and open the veil of mystery. This is the next quantum code, okay? It says, which is imposed upon those influenced deeply by those who do not have our best interests at heart. And then in parentheses right here, it says also for mass hysteria too. And the quantum code is 56 space 99. Yes, space 651. All right. It's a bit newer to me. And like I said, if you do go check out Jez's channel and things like that, she does have additional quantum codes at times that, you know, may relate to separate things. She has like a ton of things that she's working on, and there's wonderful things to look out for, you know. You have ankle inflexibility. You can feel a little bit stubborn because of the aspect of the supermoon to you, whoever I'm speaking to. But you have this these words underneath that says inflexibility, wrong steps, tread. That off rip lets me know some of you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if you are, so sorry, shake it out of you. But yeah, that wobbliness in your foot, quite literally. I see something that was trying to stabilize it, especially if you felt like you were close to either throwing it out or you've been trying to adjust your foot, okay? Because sometimes you're just trying to find alignment, stability, and balance. Some of you guys, you may be shedding like skin that doesn't serve you as you grow. Some of you guys, you may be breaking through like a lot of fascia tension. I was picking up some of you guys, you could have like sore aches in your bones. You may have had breaks and things, okay? You may be seeing somebody who's going to help you to gain alignment. So funny because I actually just had, I notified, like I had an injury to my foot, and I caught somebody trying to attack my foot again in energy ever so slightly, and then trying to make it seem like it wasn't anything at all. And I think that's why I had like an energy that jumped out trying to defend me so profusely, because it was just unnecessary what happened. And I'm doing better, you know. I just had blood that came through and it wasn't my fault, you know, and it affected that place that's already, I had to get a doctor to look at it and things like that to take care of it. And I had to tell that doctor, unfortunately, that somebody had stolen their information, because when I walked in there, the doctor had on a name tag. It was my first time meeting him, and there was a person who I had came across. He had like multiple name tags on and was lying about his information. He was excessively like threatening people and harassing people. And I learned by a conversation from where I was at some point in time, he was actually refusing and trying to like put somebody in jeopardy in front of me and others, like a lot of other people, as well as people that he was working, well, making work for him, is what it seemed like. Um, and, when I got into this office in this space, it was so hard for me to remember to breathe and practice trust because of how on alert I was. And it was just a natural happening, you guys. When I say I did not know this person, you get what I mean? I was beyond shocked because of me also having an alert of that. And it actually, taught me so much. I remember not just taking the guidance, but remember I'm going to follow it. I'm going to be proactive. And so funny because when that injury happened, it reminded me not of the what ifs, but that I have to take proper action in how I'm going to handle those circumstances. I have children, and I'm in a predicament where I have to make sure that I have the proper things, not only for myself, but for my children and how we move on in things. And I've found my way through so many different things and remedies in which, have assisted me. But I do take total advice from, the individuals who have guided me well, have shown me the light. And I've been, like I said, I've been doing all of the steps that I promised that I would, remaining in my faith and things. So I feel here that you too will carry that energy of goodness, calmness, being well received. Because a lot of people wanted to make it seem like you were disharmonious. And a lot of these people don't know that they may have even engaged in some, not everybody, but some of these people may have accidentally caused you to be ill. Like, for example, what I'm getting here, I will give up a personal example so you don't feel so exposed, because this one was really, I saw a lot for you, okay? And sincerely, I pray that you are forever recovering from that. But yeah, I'll just give my personal experience. I was at a party one time. It was like one of my first parties, like engaging with some newer people. And somebody was getting hurt and had to record something while the party was already happening. I was newly there and getting to know people. That's why I came early. And it actually worked out in my favor. I never had like any malice or bad vibes towards the mother or anything, the father or anything like that. And, this situation happened where they said they were, hurt and stuff. And then somebody in that connection, because I did not know these people, they intentionally tried to switch the drink that they wanted to engage with her. And while I was trying to go to the restroom to protrude it out after an aunt that was there found out, she was like, spit it out. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, it made it seem like she was attacking me, like she didn't like me. But she was trying to make sure I stayed safe, you guys. And it had substances in the shit. Like, dead serious. And he had just hurt somebody else who was trying to get away from them. And it started becoming multiple people. Like, they found out it wasn't just one, unfortunately. And so, when the person I was dating at the time, he was just having fun and stuff, and he kept trying to kiss me. I'm like, I'm backing up. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm really, like, I'm about to, I was like really close to spitting it out, but I didn't want to be rude to anyone because I'm new here, and there was carpet on the floor, and so trying to get to the restroom and things like that, and individuals tried to fight me as well as somebody who was a victim already there. And it was crazy because there was other people there, and they were trying to get this person to stop, and they were like, they wouldn't stop attacking this other woman, not even me, and they wound up hitting me because I was trying to get the other lady to safety, knowing her situation was a bit worse than what mine seemed to be at the time. You get what I'm saying? And I'm younger than these individuals, but trying to be responsible, and just kind of like, I'm getting that type of vibe. And I don't feel here, you guys, that like this is way more in my past than it is in yours, like if I'm being honest. All right. And no, I wasn't a fastling or nothing like that. Okay. Never been like that, you know. But there's like this vibration here where like people wanted to change this narrative, give you this bad vibe, and cause all of this distortion. And I just feel here that whoever I'm connecting with, you've just been done and over with that, okay? Any last oracle messages for whoever this is? Because your tarot is going to be real fast. You got elbow and you have heart. I'm not going to rush you guys either. But I can just tell with demanding, needs space, change direction, humor, overcoming obstacles. Not only will you be going through that circumstance with people who may be new to your life, like children, maybe an aunt, an uncle, mother, father here, taking it to resonate, a grandparent, something like that. But I received this vibration here that something may have been a bit like tough or a challenge, and maybe it was a good challenge, and maybe you're trying to advocate an approach or something like that. But be very mindful here because someone here intentionally tried to affect something. For instance, I already had an injury like to my arm, like I was recovering. I'm an innocent person and things like that. So sometimes when people try to read me and stuff, they be like, oh, this person was on drugs when they were young and stuff like that. No. No. You don't know me very well. You would be very rude and disrespectful. Okay. And with heart here, you have love, vitality, courage, strength, core, center, emotions, and possession. This is when people try to take the energy that they thought that they could consume and try to envelop in it or justify it like it's same. It's not. Okay, and I feel like you're going to really be able to distinguish this energy because look, this beautiful Horsean unicorn energy. Okay, the unicorn moon, take a gentle approach in the situation with unique gifts, calm, purity, hope. Okay, you're not being misguided, whoever you are. Okay, you are overcoming the toxic shame of it all. And the quantum code is 16 space 15 space 333. Okay. And if you, at the end of these, if you say I am of the code or I'm of the codes, you know, it works very well. I like to say amen at the end of it. And it just feels like very blissful. It gives me like this energy of like the happily ever after energy. And you know, that's always a great energy when you know that you're doing that healing work and you're receiving that type of energy on your own. And you know, here and there when I sense and pick up on my counterpart, my true counterpart and things like that, you know, I send them positive energy just like how I do for my children and my loved ones and things like that, but only for the ones that I know that it's meant for them, like my children or my divine counterpart, the things that are meant for me. Okay, we want to make sure that we're not distorting anybody else's life. You get what I mean? And some of you guys, this quantum code is going to take hold in a multitude of ways because it's going to not only affect, if let's say you find out like love, like in the love department of companionship isn't necessarily meant for you or in a certain type of way or aspect, I'm getting here with Leo here, okay? You had the World in the reverse, the Queen of Strength in the reverse, and the Six of Strength in the reverse. That you had things that really wanted to just bend the truth, make you the fool, trying to paint like they could be the hangman or pretend like they could ever do anything with ethers like that. When they have no power over a vessel in that multitude, that massitude. Okay? This is like, this is beyond trolls. It is done and it's over with. And that's why this card is falling out on to make steps forward. Okay, that quantum code where it says, when there is hesitant as a habitual response, which is ingrained by society to release from the grip of self-doubt. Somebody wanted you to stay stuck. or stop for them or catch up to them because they wanted to help and support you, or you were trying to do that to somebody here and it's not working, it's not healthy because of how you were trying to possess the power that's never been yours. That's what it's saying here. That's why this happened. Whatever this is that's coming through, it's somebody who did that, trying to take what's not theirs, what's never meant for them, and trying to make somebody jealous in ways that even Confucius don't fuck with them. That's a lot of people that don't fuck with you when you talk about Confucius. Don't fuck with them. And I have a true empathetic respect. And so when they bring out this justice in the reverse, you be mindful and check yourself. Because justice in the reverse, Leo, this is about like a breaking a contract that you needed to break. And I'm talking about break them. Like somebody got you big messed up. With the devil here, they're like, I'm gonna drink this drink and I'm gonna make you break your foot and make you do whatever I want you to do. That's how they wanted to treat you, Leo. Like I had to get in that energy. And this is not me being toxic, okay? Like this is not me coming for you, okay? So if you are if you're innocent in this circumstance too, but don't play games about it. Because it's gonna be a lot of like balls y'all asses can't dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. And this motherfucker, that's what source is showing here. Because, oh my gosh, judgment is in the reverse. Somebody really thought wrong in how they wanted to twist your arm, challenge you, stifle you. The nine of charisma is in the reverse, and chalices is typically water, which makes sense. I've been connecting with some other decks and one says chalices. I apologize, but this is why I said this, Leo. Archangel, when the angels grab you, I ain't even gonna specify. When the angels grab you and then they put you in that 411 on them with the 4 wands and that total protection on them, protection they can't find, have or buy. It's not crazy, okay? And they wanted me to iterate something here that is not for the Knight of Strength, but it's for the Knight of Intelligence. But it's just the first line here. Channeling raw ambition. That part. Just channeling raw ambition. Okay? Now I'm going to go back to where I was. And it says going full out and not looking back. Following your gut. Doing what it takes to make it happen. And the adventurers find a sending stone. On the other end is someone who is in deep trouble and is pleading for help. Somebody who wanted to make it seem like you were doing them a favor. They needed your help. And be mindful, this person, they weren't telling you the truth about their intentions. And they may have been doing something and you had to keep stopping it the whole time. Like, keep stopping it. Okay, and I'm talking about, this is a lighter female who's been doing this since somebody was a toddler with their family and with somebody else's family from an adoption that they did on purpose, where they got in trouble to get a position. That's why this is like this. And judgment is in the reversed. That's about somebody who's being forced out of their seat no matter what. And they may have been trying to do things to avoid this for the longest. Okay? Leo, those were your messages. I hope and pray that this resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energy. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Happy New Year. Take care. Bye.